All right, in this video, I'll be discussing how to achieve your biggest goals in life with Miss Positivitrix, Trixie Esguerra. So welcome to Dealmaker channel. I'm Ronald Kagape, and I'm super excited for this episode because our guest is the marketing director of Wrap It Up Specialty Store. She's also a well-known and highly sought-after wedding and events host and the country's foremost vision board expert. All right, so welcome, Miss Positivitrix, Trixie Esguerra. Right, hi, Trixie.
Happy Monday, my dear Ronald and friends who are watching right now. Thank you for having me here.
All right, well, thank you, Trixie, for spending the time, spending some time from your busy day. No, even if you haven't eaten lunch, you're here with us. So thank you very much. All right, well, for the benefit of those who don't know you yet, can you
My
just give us
honor.
a little bit about your background? Like, were you always involved in marketing or events hosting?
Okay. I graduated from UP Manila with a degree in behavioral sciences. Okay? And initially I wanted to do medicine, go medicine. But then I felt like, okay, enough na. I wanted to work right away. So right after college, I went into the family business, which is Wrap It Up. And
Mm-hmm,
after a few years, I went to DTI, all right,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
to to take on events. I was under the group of Manila Fame. And then after 1 year, I decided to the business. Okay. So you see, it's all the things that I do now, experiences beforehand really support whatever it is that I'm doing. So if you ask me, yes, there are three things that I do manage 2, 3 stores. Uh, so that's where the passive income goes. And then the second one is I do hostings on weekends for all kinds of events, no? Private, companies, everything na pwede. And
Okay.
lastly, of all the things that I do, I love doing workshops, specifically vision board workshops for companies and network marketers and
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
even private events there. That's how I got into the whole thing.
All right. Wow. Okay. So you do a lot of things. So even in your free time, you're still working. Ang dami mong gig.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. Well, Wrap It Up has grown, under your leadership. And so, what are the most effective techniques that you used to grow your family business?
Okay. In terms of growing, I would have to say that the growth was not in the number of stores, but rather in the number of clientels.
Mm-hmm.
So I would like to think that it's really maintaining the relationship with these clients because a lot of our customers, they just go to us and we already have their records, we know what they need, and so it's very easy for them to talk to us there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really physical stores. I mean, physical growth in terms of the number of stores in the malls. We actually lessened them because of overhead
Mm-hmm.
uh, reasons, right? Mahal
Mm-hmm.
ng rent and all those things. But I would love to think that we still get to keep you keep the relationship with their clients.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's the one thing that I want everyone to learn. It's very, very important.
All right. Well, I agree. Keeping relationships with your existing customers, I guess from a business point of view, is easier. The cost of acquiring a new customer is higher rather than yung maintaining your existing customers. All right. So, are these also the same principles that you use to get more, hosting gigs? Um, is it the same?
That I use for my other for the other things that I do.
Yes, yes. Hmm.
Was that your question?
Yep,
Sorry.
that was the
Yes.
question.
Okay.
Uh,
Yes, I also do that, right? Even if I'm just in the business for what, 4 to 5 years, I
mhm.
do that. So I give them, I ask them after every event if there's anything else that I can help them with, and so it becomes easier for them because they already know me. They know what I'm capable of delivering. So if it's something that I know, I can give a solution to, and then by all means, I give it to them. But if it's something that I know it's not my forte, and then I refer people who are competent in that field.
All right. Okay. Right. So, can you just give us an idea? Why do these principles work? I mean, why does this principle of maintaining customer relationships or just building good customer relationship? Why does this work in business? So,
Okay.
umabot na yung question.
Um, Basically because, of course it works because, mabuti yung question, sorry, ang tagal. You know what? It's very, very important because once the person understand that you're not just after their money, and then they would always come to you, they would always think of you whenever they need something that's in line with your business. Kaya with
Mhm.
us, once a customer comes up to me and tell me, you know what, I ordered this, but then I didn't like it, etc. and etc. Most of the time I would just say, okay, I'm sorry I disappointed you. We would gladly give you your refund. Or if the if the experience was not good for them, and then it's not that I don't really care about the money. Of course, we're in the business because we need money. But at the end of the day, I always tell my staff, your job is to make the clients happy. That's what
Mhm.
Wrap It Up is here for. You touch hearts with art. And so if you're gonna give them something, but then they're not happy with it, and then you try to offer something else. That's the whole point of existing in this business. Because once
Mhm.
you give value, then the money is just gonna follow. It's just gonna flow, right? It's
Mhm.
just it's also the same with the workshops that I do. So far, no one has refunded yet because they see the value. And
Okay.
even in my hosting gigs, no one has ever came up to me and told me that I didn't like how you did it. I didn't get my money's worth. So
Uh-huh.
it's always like that. It's always the value. What else can you do for them? You always go the extra mile. Like what you said in one of our Toastmasters meeting, you under promise but you over deliver.
Mhm. Mhm.
So over deliver. So yeah, that's important. Because after all, you know what? Sometimes I don't look at business na nga as really business itself. It's really all about relationships. That's what's gonna keep you happy and rich in this life.
All right. Wow. That is true. That is a true Positivitrix quote. I think that's tweetable. And I will look back at the audio and then see if that can be a tweetable quote. All right. Well,
Why not?
well,
Go.
you mentioned your workshop. So let's go to your passion about vision boards. No, how did it start? Mhm.
How did it start? All I remember now, Ronald, was that probably back in 2012, 2013, um, I just I just tried vision boarding by myself based from what I watched and what I read. So I just did that because around that time I felt like, okay, so what am I doing with my life? What do I really want to achieve? What's my direction? And I found that tool very, very helpful. All right. So I gave it a try and I was so happy with it. Even just the feeling of accomplishing a vision board that's all about your dreams and aspirations, that alone was an achievement for me. And then
Mhm.
when I started to see how well it was working, then that's the time I started to share it with my friends until finally my best friend, siya na sino, when we were doing our staycation, she said, okay, so I think you're ready. Why don't we do a public run? So we did it after a few months, and that's how it all started. It was in 2014. We did a workshop together, and that's when I saw, oh wow, it really helps a lot of people. And
Mm-hmm.
people actually understood the value of it. And so yeah, I started to give it from time to time
Mm-hmm.
until I gave it to what? Not just last year, but more and more companies understood that they they needed it for their either team building or strategic planning. And so this year, that's the direction that I want. The thing
Mm-hmm.
is, of course, a lot of motivational speakers and trainers actually have that vision board module as part of of their whole training. But then the thing is they don't give so much time on it. And
Mm-hmm.
so the participants would just get a glimpse of it, but they don't really understand the whole thing. They don't understand how powerful it is. So that is the solution that that's where I saw the potential,
Mm-hmm.
and that okay, people would like it. People need it. So now that's my advocacy,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm very happy to have you actually, Ronald, last
Mm-hmm.
year as part of the
Yes.
group
Yes. Yes.
there. And so this year I have decided to really, I think that's the way to go, market it, because there is really a big market for it. So you just need to find your niche, and then of course you need to present them with with all the results from the past that
Right.
you've done.
Right. Right.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, now that you mentioned it, actually, I enjoyed the vision board party last year. I had it with my son. So I think that is something that families can
Oh,
also do together, right? So maybe you can do,
correct.
yeah, maybe you can do something like that with parents, who want to encourage their kids to dream big and all that. But now, you mentioned earlier that there are a lot of, say, speakers that also have the vision board as part of the exercise, and I think there are also people that do it
Mm-hmm.
on their own. So what are
Mm-hmm.
the mistakes that you have seen people make when they make their own vision boards? I mean, you've helped a lot of people already, so what are the things that you notice are mistakes when they make a vision board?
I love your question, mistakes. You're the only person who asked me that. Okay. Well, I did, number one, I did that same mistake myself. Okay. It's when you put a lot of things on your vision board. And so
Mm.
it turns out to look like a clutter, actually, no? A trash, because there's so many things. When you do your vision board, just have to think of really very specific items and keep it as let's say 5 to 9 probably, or 10, or one certain goal per aspect, and you put that on your board. Now
Mhm.
that becomes clearer, and you know that even without seeing your board, you know that because konti lang eh. But if you have a lot, and then the universe or God can't understand, okay, what do you really want? What do I give you first? You want so many things. I don't understand what's your priority. That's the number one mistake that people make. That is why during the workshops, I would guide them and ask them three important questions, okay, that they have to ask themselves before they put in or they put on something, a
Mhm.
picture or a word or a theme. They have to ask themselves and verify if it's really what they want.
Mhm. Mhm. Okay, so it might be a good idea, like before you go to a vision board workshop, right? To kind of like ask yourself these questions already. Para you don't have to struggle with it when you're there. I mean, does it happen where people go to your workshop, they don't know what to expect, and then they end up, they don't know what to put on their vision board.
Okay. So if you're asking about the three things, no, I hope
Mhm.
I got that right. So I asked them, okay, number one, okay, think of that one thing that you like. Okay, number one, do you really want it? Is it really your heart's desire? Because sometimes you mistake, well, something is mistaken for wanting it only because your friend has it or your sibling
Mhm.
has it, so it's not gonna happen because you don't really like it. You just like it because somebody else has it. So that's number one. And then number two, do you really believe that in this lifetime you'll actually have it? It's very, very important. The faith in yourself, your belief that you're actually gonna have it. That's very, very important, because the moment you doubt, and then you're just you're the signal that you're giving to the universe is that, well, I want this, but I don't believe I'm gonna have it, so it's okay for me not to have it. That's a signal. And then
Mhm.
lastly, number three, if it's a yes, yes to both questions, the third question is, are you ready to receive it? Are you open, to
Mhm.
accepting that blessing? And
Mhm.
that means you're also ready to do the sacrifice. Syempre, there are pros and cons, right? You're ready to do the sacrifice. You're ready to take action, because that's the real faith. The universe and God would give us things if we also see that we're not just waiting for it. If they see, or if the universe sees the, okay, you want it, and I see you doing something about it because you believe that by doing something about it, I'm gonna give it to you. So that's where the intention and the action merges.
Mhm.
Right? So those three questions. If
Okay.
the answer is always yes, and then definitely put it on your board. Okay. But if
Mhm.
it's a no, and then you don't really like it, so you have to look inside your heart, look into your intentions and your desires.
All right. All right. So the three things are: you have to want it. Okay, you have to really want it. It because not because others have it, but it's a desire of your heart, and then you believe that you
Mm-hmm.
can get it. Okay, and then finally you are willing to
Yes.
take action to get it. All right. Well, thank you for those tips. Now, um, what have you seen with the people who have participated in your past vision board activities? What have you seen in them? Like, have some of your participants, achieved what they dreamed of? Have they contacted you and thanked you for these things, or how your vision board has helped them? Uh, can you share a little of what are the results that people have gotten from the vision board exercise?
Yes, Ronald. Surely, my pleasure. It's so nice that time to time I would get emails or private messages, and then they would actually tell me, "Hey, remember when I attended your workshop? I said um, I wanted to be able to travel to this place," and then they would send me pictures. Here I am, and so
Hmm.
it's so nice, things like that. And sometimes they would even, aside from travels, they would even tell me their love life or their relationship, and tell me that, remember when I was there, I told you I wanted to have more date nights with my husband, and then finally he took me out yesterday, something like that.
Right.
So the common denominator there is that these people, it gives them something to look forward to, and it actually gives them a positive mindset
Hmm.
that, if I put it here, I believe I'm really gonna have it. So it happens, because that's how you attract things, right? It's we are a big we are big believers of the law of attraction. And
Hmm.
if there's anything that the vision board does, that's it. That's it. um it's different also when you write your goals. It's different, but I really believe it's more powerful if you see it. So these guys, my clients, would really come come up to me and share all these things. And the result with them is that they would be, they would always love to update their boards.
Mm-hmm.
And they would do their own vision boards every single year because they understand how powerful it is.
Right,
Right. And
right.
of course, it's a bonus if they go back to me and give me referrals, because they know for a fact that people need some pushing
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
for things like those. So there.
All right, it's nice. Okay, it's exciting to know that people that have taken the vision board exercise have achieved things in their lives. Okay, so if someone wants to attend your vision board party, like I'm interested, Trixie, or my company, my company
Mhm.
is interested to get you to hold a vision board party in their company. How can they contact you?
Thank you, Ronald. All they have to do is email us at visionboardcoachph@gmail.com. Again, that's visionboardcoachph@gmail.com. Or they can actually text us also. My team would be very, very happy to reply to them and even call them. It's 0908-861-9313. Okay. And actually, Ronald, since it's January, it's my birth month,
Hmm.
all the clients who come up to us in January, they automatically get 20% off on the vision board workshops. So if ever, my gosh, that's a big, big discount. So thanks, Ronald.
All right. Thanks. Happy birthday, Ulit. Happy birthday month, Trixie. Okay, that's a very generous of you, giving that discount. So, people, you still have, like 9 days from the time that this video would come out. So to book a
Correct?
vision board workshop with our vision board expert, Trixie Esguerra. All right. So, thank you, Trixie. For spending some time with us. Sharing your biggest secret in marketing. In building a business, and then giving us your tips on how to prepare a vision board, how to achieve the things that you really want in life. All right.
Yes.
Okay. So let's just close with one question. One final word. What would you like to tell our audience who is watching this video? Just one thing.
Ronald, come again. Sorry, I didn't get that.
Okay, so can you just leave us with one final thought? What would you like to tell people who want to achieve their biggest dreams in life?
Their biggest dreams in life. Huh. What's one thing? Okay. Lately, I was thinking, lately I was also deliberating, right, with myself. Like, okay, so Trixie, what do you really want? Okay, what's your main goal in life? And then I thought about it. Then I asked myself, okay, will that really make you happy? If ever you have that already, will that make you happy? Then I was so surprised. My answer was no. So I said, okay,
Hmm.
maybe that's the wrong goal. So what I wanted to share with you is that you have to ask yourself really in everything that you do, in all the goals that you wish to have or to achieve, I mean, will that really make you happy? You
Hmm.
really always have to check your heart. If I do this, is this going to make me happy? Which means that, making your loved ones happy as well. Okay. So meaning to say, living life is all about, I think that the main point of living our lives is for us to be happy, right?
Hmm. Right.
So no matter how much money you have, or I don't know how many connections you have, at the end of the day, it's all about living a happy life. So if that makes you happy, go for it. But if it doesn't, and then you'd have to check yourself, check your values, check your priorities, because again, it's very, very important to be happy. And speaking of happiness, okay,
Okay.
if you think you need some help on what like if you feel like you want to get motivated, of course, aside from Ronald, you better subscribe to Ronald's YouTube Facebook page as well. You may also want to check www.trixieesguerra.com because from time to time, all right, blogs publish soon, and that's where you get your tips and tricks to keep you positive. So, Ronald, thank you very, very much for today. It's a pleasure to be doing this with you, and
Mhm.
I wish you all the happiness that your heart can ever hold.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you also, Trixie. That was a very lovely message. Right. So, guys, make sure to follow Trixie at www.trixiesguerra.com so that you can get tips and tricks to keep you positive every day. All right. And if you're targeting a big goal for 2018, make sure to contact Trixie at visionboardcoachph@gmail.com and sign up for one of her vision board parties. And if you have a company who would like to conduct this exercise, you can contact uh, Trixie at that email. And also, if you know a friend who has big dreams, maybe they want to start a business or they want to travel the world, they want to become a celebrity, make sure to share this video with them. All right. So this is Ronald Kagape with our special guest, Miss Trixie Esguerra, encouraging you to have a clear vision in life, make deals, and grow rich. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you,
Yes,
Trixie. Bye bye.
I love